Hello, everybody. This is Adrian Great-Sarek, and let's start off with the first question. So, what did you learn about the definition of creativity that you didn't know? What I learned was this is coming from the What Does Creativity Mean module. The two aspects of creativity, relevancy and novelty. I thought this was super interesting because kind of relating it to my career, I want to go down being an entrepreneur. Relevancy, pretty much um, having a product that is relevant and not outdated, and being something that would you would actually use. For example, um, you wouldn't put out a CD player product, we have better technology than that. And novelty, kind of being something new, being innovative, to catch people's attention and really stand out from competitors. Okay, next question. Which myth surprised you the most and why? I definitely think that the originality myth surprised me the most from the Creative Life podcast, whenever they were talking to David Burkus. Um, yeah, it surprised me because I always think of some people are just creative, like they just have that spark in their brain, they could just come up with things, but in reality, they're just taking inspiration from what they see from their environment and they're kind of putting that all together and making it their own soup in their own head. And I think a lot of us fail to realize this, like me. And yeah, I found that super interesting. Okay, the third question. Why is creativity important to all companies and organizations? Creativity is important to companies and organizations because creativity is what keeps the company going. It keeps it from stalling and being outshined by other competitors. For example, we have Reese's. We all know the basic Reese's cup, but they're always coming out with new, weird and wacky, or even just sometimes a different shape of Reese's. And this creative aspect really kind of grabs people's attention, and it did for me. For example, one time I was at the gas station and I saw Reese's with potato chips, and I thought this was so out of the norm that I actually bought them. They weren't that good. Another example was Old Spice. They're creative in the way with their advertising. Um, I always find myself watching TV with my parents, and an Old Spice commercial comes on, and there'll be some wacky, weird commercial. Never being the same, but always being pretty weird for Old Spice. And this creative aspect really has the name for Old Spice. Like it's pretty known for them, and it really grabs people's attention. Okay, the next question is, what are two common approaches to creative thinking? So, straight from the module, they talked about divergent and convergent thinking. Divergent being kind of finding many ways to solve a problem, while convergent is kind of focusing on one. The other month we did a divergent exercise that I actually really enjoyed, the 30 circles exercise. That would be considered divergent because we would be coming up with as many possibilities as we could. So the last question, give a real world example of the creative change process. Um, my example would be cutting down on social media use. So uh, everybody uses social media, but and I'm pretty sure we all know the negative consequences it has on our mental health. And I think that if there was kind of more regulation on social media and really on the youth using it and kind of being brought up with it, it would definitely make a change on our society, especially socially. There would be a lot more in-person connections, more talking, and I believe that um, this can happen, even though it seems a little too far and deep. It can happen, and if it does, it would spring communities with people who want to do good. So, yeah, thank you and have a beautiful day.